approved of this fan.
Really?
Yeah, it's true. Yes. So we have the Vornado Strikes Back. It is a classic design. I think of classic movies when I think of this. Vornado, though, if you're familiar with the brand, is really a legacy of a special aircraft design and the way you circulate air. This also happens to be the best of all worlds. I am a huge Art Deco retro fan.
Perfect.
Huge. And when I saw this, I was so glad. I'm having the first airing of this. This is right now for your eyes only. Steve, can I double check? Can we show quantity left real quickly? Because then I'm gonna turn Megan loose. We didn't bring in a lot of these. So I think we have only, okay, how many? Oh, come on, fewer than 800? So there are fewer than 800. It's a killer deal. If you went to the big barn and those very fancy schmancy stores,
yes,
you would see a different digit in front of that.
That is correct.
0999.
Yes.
We're
larger,
yes, a much bigger digit. 620134. So Megan, if you haven't seen her before, you're a big science brain. So I love, she's brains and beauty all in one, folks. And you know, I really am a fan of this product line. And it's a unique combination of things going on.
Now, Vornado, we've introduced them to Home Shopping Network as the air circulators. They created the air circulators. They actually were engineers that came from the aeronautical design. They were truly innovators. And randomly in the 90s, they decided to produce this beautiful oscillating fan.
Right, now you haven't done oscillating
fan. No,
right.
Typically we say we don't oscillate, we circulate, but we were able to get some amazing power out of this fan, and it's based on the 1934 Silver Swan. So this is the updated version with the wonderful technology, all of the safety standards that you would get today, because back then, there were no safety standards. Like, you could easily chop off your fingers. Today, we have this beautiful grill. When you think of Art Deco, you think of a very sleek, streamlined design, so you can see all these beautiful lines. You can see the way that we wrote the name Vornado. This is my fan from at home. I insisted that I needed to bring it and actually take off the front grill, which, by the way, was so easy. It's one screw from this black piece and it pops right off.
Now, you were telling me about the blade design with
this. It's called elephant ear blades. So if we're looking from the side, it literally looks like elephant ears, but you see how it's on that major diagonal? That is contoured and allows the blade to pick up the maximum amount of air. And because they're overlapping, you're able to get this great air puck up in a smaller amount of space.
It's pretty amazing because if you saw my post before the Empire intervened.
I finally did see it, it was great.
Exactly, before the Empire intervened. I couldn't believe just how much air movement you can get from this small little footprint or this small little platform. Plus, it was so funny because I knew this was coming up in my show, and I actually had them bring my items over early last night. They weren't even supposed to be here, last night. They're gonna bring them today. And when I pulled it out of the box, I literally squealed like a little girl because like I said, I'm an Art Deco fan. I'm a fan of Vornado to begin with, but this classic design, it's like science and architecture and sculpture in one.
And so, so this is what's really cool, is that this design was actually created in 1934 when a businessman challenged an interior designer to make a fan that was not conventional. They wanted something different. They wanted something beautiful. They wanted something to go along with the roaring 20s and that fun, exciting area. And so this was actually done by an interior designer, not your typical engineer. So that's why it's so beautiful. That's why it's so classic. My mother is an antique dealer. So this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with in my home. Now, if you look at it, it is a completely metal design except for this black bar right here. That's a big deal because when you're talking about having a little bit of weight, you're talking about an item that's not gonna be knocked over by a random cat or a child off the shelf. It's gonna sit in its place. You're also talking about durability. This is not gonna go anywhere.
It's very
This is gonna be in your home for a long time. In fact, I actually went online to find other reviews, and people were saying that they've had this in their home 10, 14, 15, even 20 years, and it's still working beautifully because the original design is from the 90s.
They are. Can I just point out too how classic or how quiet running it is?
Oh, yes.
Megan, as you do that, the other thing is, even from the controls, everything about this just makes me smile because, and the current temperatures right now, in summary, it's just too warm.
It's so hot right now.
It's hot outside. I mean, right? It's hot
So
outside.
true, it's so bad.
Okay, it's like the first week in June and Las Vegas is already at 100. So you get this at home, and what's interesting is, again, if you saw my post, I did have to take it down. There's a whole sidebar story there, but whatever, I'm obeying the rules, at least today or tonight. And the thing for me is, I always run a fan in my kitchen. And true story, I should have taken a picture. The fan that I run in my kitchen right now is a Vornado, but it does not oscillate.
Correct.
Because you guys don't do that. And it's even before I knew of this design, I thought, gosh, I love this fan. I love the way it circulates the air. I just thought, gosh, I just wish it oscillated, because when I'm cooking, I've got it by the sink, but then when I go to the or by the stove, I'm like, oh Lord, why can't that thing turn over here? And when something oscillates too, it seems to give you kind of like that, you know, breeze effect.
Yes, like you're outdoors.
Like you're outdoors.
Yep.
Megan, I want to show this off, and I know we've got some more demonstrations. Oh, and we've only got 5 minutes left.
The oscillation is moving right up there.
That is so silent.
So I actually have this handy dandy little app that I use on a daily basis. If we turn this guy off so it's not producing additional noise, my son is actually deaf.
Oh.
And he wears cochlear implants. So it's really important for our home to be quiet, because we're teaching him speech, and he needs to be able to really hear sounds. So what I love is that really with all my Vornados, I can test the quality of the sound. Go ahead and turn this on. There we go. And so when I'm talking, you see that it says inside car, loud singing, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm quiet, it says quiet home. So for me, this is huge, because that means I can have my fan on if it's warm outside, and I can still have a great conversation with my 4-year-old who is learning speech, and he'll be able to get the articulation so that he can learn his speech properly. So for us, I mean, this is an app that I have on my phone at all times. So when this came up, I'm like, this is amazing, because it fits our life, but everybody wants a quiet home. Just because you have great technology doesn't mean that that technology should be loud.
Excellent point. And you know, and the thing about that is too, you know, from Megan's experience to maybe your own application, is the fan interfering with the television, or you know, if the baby wakes up, or you know, if you, That's
my experience too.
Exactly. I mean, you want to be able to hear what's going on in your surroundings. But it's like classic cool at the same time, literally classic cool. I know you just saw that quantity left. They're basically a little over 700. I get the first look. Megan will be back. There are, well, I say allegedly 2 more airings, but I'm not so sure it's gonna make it. Bill, I love you, and Chandra, he's saying Mr. Spielberg would like my post. I love that. Hello to Lisa and MZ and Tyler and Yvonne, Alicia, we love you. I think you are going to love this, because it's not only that classic design, it's the Vornado quality that people really rely on. Megan, I know we've only got 3 minutes left in the show. Can we go to this other demonstration?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I was just doing over here was with our anemometer. So I just paused it for a second so it's on the max. This reading speed was 9.6 miles per hour. That is a big deal, because your typical fan can only do 2 to 8 miles per hour. So although we usually use our air circulator to get this magnificent 11 miles per hour, this is still superior to any of your oscillating fans that you have at home, because again, Vornado is producing this fan, and everything they do, they're gonna do right, including the fact that if I put this on, I can take this box fan that has no cord attached to it, there's no magic, and it'll start to power my fan to full speed.
That is powering this.
Yes, look at how beautiful this is. Remember, this is supposed to be a replica of the Art Deco period, a period of excellence, a period of luxury. I mean, this was after the Great Depression, where people were dreaming of these gorgeous designs because they couldn't have them at home. And this piece was actually called aristocratic. Now we have it at our fingertips, and so many of us choose the box fan because it's big, and bigger is better. But it's not true. It's not. You can have everything you need in this beautiful, smaller footprint, and this can be a statement piece. That I hide when I don't need it.
For sure.
This, you choose a spot for it, and it stays, because it is a piece that you're gonna be spoken about whenever people come to your home.
It's true, and honestly, at the office, dormitories, retail, my producer Steve was saying his mom had a hair salon, and it looks a lot like what she had in her hair salon. This is as classic as it gets, but it's more than just a pretty face. It's more than just good looks. I was so excited to see this in my show. I know a lot of you who have watched me in the past know that I struggle with my own climate control challenges. So I have fans I have Vornados actually all around my house. That is no joke. If you came to my house, I mean, it's like there's a Vornado trip and you'll find a Vornado, because I've just got issues, as you all well know. But what I like about this is it puts a smile on my face. It's more than a pretty face. It's a Vornado. Now, for the first time, it is oscillation.
Right.
Oscillation.
Right.
So I will, the little one that I have in my kitchen right now, I think I'm gonna put that, right on my bedstand, because it's a smaller footprint, but this is going in my kitchen.
This is a piece that you want other people to actually see, because again, it has that beautiful, sleek design that you would really only find in the Art Deco time period.
Yes.
So like I was saying earlier, my mom is an antique dealer. This is the kind of stuff I grew up with. I didn't realize that wasn't typical.
Yeah.
Until I got into the real world and I realized nobody had beautiful pieces like this. So it was so exciting to find that there's a brand that has wonderful history when it comes to aeronautical design and fan and air circulator technology, that they were able to also embody this gorgeous design.
It is. Hey, by the way, here's the little oscillation peg, right?
Yep, so just like you would normally think,
so
you just push it down or pop it up.
So you can use it with oscillation or not.
Correct.
And then, of course, you have the fan speed on the side.
Three different speeds. You have a tilt where you can go up or down, and then of course the great little carry handle. I don't suggest moving it anywhere you want because it should be a statement piece, but you can.
For sure. Megan, always good to see you.
Thank you, Shannon. I'm so glad that you love it as much as we do.
I love it. All right, only 700 to go around. We have more host pick as we continue. Stay tuned.